ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसूप्तां सञ्जीवयति अखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। Hare Krishna Mataji's. Warm welcome to all of you for today's session of our appointment with Krishna in the form of appointment with Srimad Bhagavatam. So first we will look into the Bhagavad Dhyana Sopanam verses, which is the, you can all hear me? Audio is okay?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Okay. So we will start with the Bhagavad Dhyana Sopanam, our meditation, the various limbs of the Lord, beginning with his lotus feet. As we all know, this is the only way to control our mind, which is very fickle and restless. That is what Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita. The only way is to put it at rest at the lotus feet of the Lord by thinking of him. And as also the modern scientists also agree, the mind produces around 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts a day. And 90% of the thoughts are useless thoughts. There is no necessity of such thought, but still we undergo that. That is why not to waste our thoughts, it is important that we focus on, concentrate ourselves on the supreme transcendence, because there is only eternal relationship which we have is only with the Lord. And our Maharaj used to very nicely say one Subhashitam in Sanskrit says, Chita Chinta Samaprokta. Chita Chinta. These are the two words. No, if you write it in Hindi or Sanskrit, you can see that both of them are almost same words of it. Cheetah and cheetah. In Chinta, there will be only a dot will be there. So that is why Maharaj says, Chita Chinta Samaprukta Bindu Matra Visheshata. The only difference between them is a small dot or a bindu. Sajivam Dahate Chinta, Nirjivam Dahate Chita. The Chita or the funeral fire will burn a dead body. Whereas our Chinta or our worry which we do with our mind, Sajivam Dahate. When we are alive, we will be completely burnt because of this worry. That is what most of us are undergoing in this situation of this, the prevailing pandemonium situation is such that, supposing if we keep on watching the TV, or if we keep on seeing the newspaper, it is so full of negative thoughts. Already the mind has got negative thoughts, and added to that, we see all this, and then it becomes sajivam dagate. With our own life, we are alive, but we are being burnt. So this is what is happening. So that is why it is very, very important that we focus or concentrate our mind on Krishna, on Srimad Bhagavatam, on the sound vibrations. So because that is why these all the Sanskrit verses in Srimad Bhagavatam are all mantras. Every verse is a mantra in Srimad Bhagavatam. And it is said, Manana Trayate iti mantra. Just by repetition of this, it is able to deliver our mind. That is why if you see, in our older generation people, they always used to chant some shloka or the other, Vishnu Sahasranam, Lalita Sahasranam. They'll keep on chanting some shlokas right from the beginning of the day. So it's very important to focus our mind on this, not to deliver our mind. So now we will start with the verses. I request Chitra Mataji has joined. Yes, I think.
Yes, Mataji, I'm here.
Yeah, you please follow me, Mataji. So we will revise from the first 3 verses, and then we will take up the 4th verse today. 3, 28, 21. Hope everyone can see the screen on the verse 3, 20 and 28, 21. Jyoti Mataji is she is sharing the screen. Okay. Sanchintayet bhagavatascharanarvindam.
चिन्तयेत् भगवतश्चरणारविन्दम्
Vajrankushatvajasaroruhalanchanathyam.
वज्राङ्कुशध्वजसरोरुहलाञ्छनाढ्यम्
उत्तुङ्गरक्तविलसन्नखचक्रवाल
उत्तुङ्गरक्तविलसन्नखचक्रवाल
ज्योत्स्नाभिराहतमहृदयान्धकारम्
ज्योत्स्नाभिराहतमहृदयान्धकारम्.
Mother, you can read the translation. Let her read the translation.
The devotee should first concentrate his mind on the Lord's lotus feet, which are adorned with the marks of a thunderbolt, a goad, a banner, and a lotus. The splendor of their beautiful ruby nails resembles the orb of the moon and dispels the thick gloom of one's heart.
Yeah, so we go to the next verse, 3:8:22. Yachau cha nisrita sarit pravarodakena
यच्छौ च निःसृतसरितप्रवरोदकेन
तीर्थेन मूर्ध्नि अधिकृतेन शिवः शिवोऽभूत्
तीर्थेन मूर्धिन अधिकृतेन शिवः शिवोऽभूत्
ध्यातुर्मनः शमलशैलनिसृष्टवज्रम्
ध्यातुर्मनः शमलशैलनिसृष्टवज्रम्
ध्यायेच्चिरं भगवतश्चरणारविन्दम्
ध्यायेच्चिरं भगवतश्चरणारविन्दम्.
Read the translation.
The blessed Lord Shiva becomes more blessed by hearing on his head the holy waters of Ganges, which has its source in the water that wash the Lord's lotus feet. The Lord's feet act like thunderbolts hurled to shatter the mountain of sin stored in the mind of the meditating devotee. One should therefore meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord for a long time.
Okay, so we move to 3:28:23. This is the verse we saw in the last class regarding the knees, no, up to the thighs. Janudvayam jalajalocanaya jananya
जानुद्वयं चलजलोचनया जनन्या
lakshmyakhilस्य surabanditaya vidhatuः
लक्ष्म्याखिलस्य सुरवन्दितया विधातुः
पूर्वोर्निधाय करपल्लवरोचिषायत्
पूर्वोर्निधाय करपल्लवरोचिषायत्
संलालितं हृदि विभोरभवस्य कुर्यात्
संलालितं हृदि विभोर्भवसाय कुर्यात्.
अभवस्य. Yes.
The yogi should fix in his heart the activities of Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, who is worshipped by all demigods and is the mother of Supreme Person Brahma. She can always be found massaging the legs and thighs of the Transcendental Lord, very carefully serving him in this way.
Okay, so now we go to the next verse. Mother, that you can show that Lakshmi must, that picture that you have that. Yes, no, not this one. Yes, mother, this one. Yes. We have the verse also here, I think. Not this one, mother. Yes, yes. Okay, now we go to 3:28:24. Okay. Uru Suparna Bhujayor
Uru Suparna Bhujayo
Adhishobhamanav
Adhishobhamanav
Ojo Nidhi
Ojo Nidhi
Atasika
Atasika
Kusumavabhasau
Kusumavabhasau
Vyalambipita
Vyalambipita
Varavasasi
Varavasasi
Vartamana
Vartamana
Kanchi Kalapa
Kanchi Kalapa
Parirambhi
Parirambhi
Nitamba Bimbam
Nitamba Bimbam
Uru Suparna Bhujayoradhishobhamanav
Uru Suparna Bhujayoradhishobhamanav
Ojo Nidhi Atasika Kusumavabhasau
Ojo Nidhi Atasika Kusumavabhasau
Vyalambipita Varavasasi Vartamana
व्यालम्बिपीतवरवाससि वर्तमाना
काञ्ची कलापपरिरम्बिनितम्बबिम्बम्
काञ्चीकलापपरिरम्भिः निताम्बबिम्बम्.
Can you read the equivalents, Mataji? Mataji,
Uru,
go just a little down. Yeah.
Uru, the two thighs, Suparna of Garuda, Bhujayoho, the two shoulders, Adihi on Shobhamano, beautiful, Oja Nidhi, the storehouse of all energy, Astika Kusuma of the linseed flower, Avabhaso, like the luster, Vyalambi, extending down, Pita, yellow, Vara, exquisite, Vasasi, on the cloth, Vartamana, being, Kanchi Kalpa, by a girdle, Parirambhi, encircled, Nitamba Bimbam, his rounded hips.
Read the translation.
Next, the yogi should fix his mind in meditation on the personality of Godhead's thighs, the storehouse of all energy. The Lord's thighs are whitish blue, like the luster of a linseed flower, and appear most graceful when the Lord is carried on the shoulders of Garuda. Also, the yogi should contemplate his rounded hips, which are encircled by a girdle that rests on the exquisite yellow silk cloth that extends down to his ankles.
Now here we can see that the next meditation is on the Lord's thighs up to the hips of the Lord. So this is the meditation. Very beautifully it is explained here. So it says you can see the beautiful Lord who is lying down and Lakshmi ji is massaging the lotus feet of the Lord. So the next is Uru. As I told you in the previous class, Uru means the thighs. And we all know the pastime of Naranarayana from Srimad Bhagavatam, wherein Naranarayana were performing austerities for thousands of years. So they are meant for actually Naranarayana or the personification of austerities. And as usual, when somebody performs great austerities, one person is very much afraid. Who is that? Indra. So he wants to disturb the austerity being performed by Naranarayana, and he sends a host of cupids, the Kamadeva, Madan. So he sends them, but whereas we find that when they actually Naranarayana receives them very nicely, they receive them, and then they say that they take care. Instead of becoming angry, actually he receives them very nicely, Naranarayana, and then we want to give you a gift while we are returning back, like that. They said, and then from the thighs of the Lord, the beautiful goddesses were created. And she said that any of these girls you can take. And then they selected a girl, and her name was Urvashi because she manifested herself from the thighs of the Lord. She was called Urvashi, most beautiful. So this is generated from the thighs of the Lord. So Uru. And if you go to the purport of this verse 3:28-24, we can see that the Uru is a source of the strength, it says. Prabhupada says. It says, no, Ojo Nidhi. Ojo Nidhi means it is a source of all the strength. So the thighs are considered to be the source of all the strength. That is why you can see, the wrestling matches, if you can see, the Chinese and all, they do know that the wrestling matches, they also show in the TV. They used to, slap their thighs with their hands nicely. So in order to show how much strength I have, like this. So that is why the Uru always is considered to be the source of all the strength. And that is why we have this beautiful Srimad Bhagavatam verse, which we offer daily to Narasimhadeva from 2nd canto, 7th chapter, 14th verse. Traipishthapor bhayahasa nrisimha rupam ritva brahmat kudidam shakarala vaktram uro दया अपि पतन्तमारात् ऊरौ निपात्य विददार स्फुरन्तम् ऊरौ निपात्य, no? We see ऊरौ निपात्य means Hiranyakashipu, Narasimhadeva placed Hiranyakashipu where? On his thighs. Ūrau nipatya, and then he just using his nails, he tore open the abdomen of Hiranyakashipu. So that is why it is considered to be source of all the strength. Uru Suparna Bhujayoho. And then it says Suparna. Suparna means Garuda. Suparna. Parna means the wings. Suparna means beautiful wings. So Garuda has got beautiful wings. And actually the wings of Garuda, when they flap, they produce the Samaveda vibrations. It is said. Chandomayena Garudena. So whenever, that is why the Garuda is considered to be a representation of the Vedas. So whenever the Lord appears, many of the cases, whenever he wants to take care of the devotees, to save the devotees, most of the times the Lord appears on the Garuda. And in the temples also, the Garuda Vahanam is very, very auspicious for us to have a darshan of the Lord, because it means that the Vedas are showing that this is the supreme personality of Godhead. So this is the Lord who is accepted by the Vedas, and the Vedas, they should bring before our eyes the supreme personality of Godhead. That is why the Suparna, when the Garuda flaps the wings, the Sama Veda is being vibrated. And so, and with his nice thighs, the Lord sits on the Garuda. So that is why even in Gajendra Moksha picture, if you have seen, you can see that the Lord is very nicely seated himself on. That is the first picture. The first thing in the morning, after we get up, the first picture we can see is this picture of the Lord who comes for Gajendra Rakshana, who is sitting on the shoulders of Garuda. So Uru Suparna Bhujayor Adishobhamanam. So he is very beautifully situated there. Ojo Nidhi. This Uru is a source of all the strength. Then what is the color he beautifully describes? See how meticulous the description is in Bhagavatam. Atasika Kusuma Vabaso. Kusuma means flower. Then what is it? What is the color? It says Atasika. And Prabhupada writes like the luster of the, see Mataji is very nicely put. The luster of this is a linseed flower that is called Atasika Pushpam. It is called. So this is the color. It is a light blue. I think it's a light blue color. Blue with the shade of a white. So this is the color of the thighs of the Lord. You can imagine this very beautiful color. So Atasika, and we have a very beautiful verse in the Krishna Mande Jagatguru. Everybody, children sing this verse. No, Atasi Pushpa Sankasham Aranu Purashobhitam Ratnakankanakeyuram Krishnam Vande Jagatgurum. Atasi Pushpa. So this is the linseed flower, and this is the color of the Lord's thighs. Okay, you can go to the verse. So Ojo Nidhi Atasika Kusumava Bhasau Vyalambi Pita Varavasas. And what is he wearing to cover the thighs? He is wearing, you can see also in this picture, he is wearing that yellow silk garment. That is always Krishna wears, Vishnu Narayana wears the yellow silk garment, which is very dear to him. That is why even the yellow color dress, dhoti, which he is wearing, Prabhupada calls it as a Vaikuntha dress. No, yellow dress means Vaikuntha dress, Prabhupada calls. So Kusuma Vasau, Vyalampi Pita Varavasas, the best silk he is wearing. And then Vartamana Kanchi Kalapa. See how very meticulous description is there now, so that even when we think about the verse and we think each and every meaning, the whole picture of the Lord comes before our eyes. This is the beauty of these verses. Now, Kanchi Kalapa Parirambi Nitamba Bimba. And then he also, the yogi should contemplate his Nitamba Bimbam, means rounded hips of the Lord. So the rounded hips of the Lord, and how it is decorated, it is encircled. Parirambita. Parirambi means it is encircled by a what? Girdle that rests on the exquisite yellow silk cloth. So Kanchi Kalapa. So there is we call it as Mekhala. This in Tamil we call it as Odiyan. That is a girdle we call it. Something they wear in the hip portion, that is called Odiyanam. We call it in Tamil. It is called girdle also. Or Mani Mekhala. It will have a lot of small pearls will be hanging, and then it will make, whenever we move, it makes a nice. It just it moves and makes nice tinkling sound it creates. So that is a beautiful girdle which is very worn by the Lord, and this also we have to, the yogi should meditate. He says no, Uru Suparna Bhujayora Dishobhamana Ojo Nidhi Atasi. And this Kanchi is a very beautiful word to contemplate. And if you come down to south, and most of the South Indians are there, in Tamil Nadu, you will be very, you must be aware of a very famous temple town called Kanchipuram. So many temples are there, so many Divya Deshams in one small place called Kanchipuram. And the very name Kanchi itself means girdle. So that is why it's called Kanchipuram. Mekhala or girdle. That is the meaning of the word Kanchi. The Kanchipuram town itself is considered to be the girdle or the Odiyanam for the whole. If you personify the earth as a mother, Mother Earth as a lady, and what is she wearing in her hip? The girdle. It is Kanchi, the town of Kanchipuram. So that is why it is very, very auspicious place. Even if you think and go to that city, anybody who goes there gets mukti. It is said Kanchipuram. So Kanchi Kalapa. So Krishna, Lord Narayana is wearing that girdle, which is the Kanchi Kalapa. Beautifully, it is surrounding his rounded hips. Uru Suparna Bhujayora Dishobhamana Ojo Nidhi Atasika kusumava vaso. Just imagine the color of the linseed flower which you saw now. Atasika kusumava vaso. Vyalam vipita then now you have to think about the yellow silken cloth which he is wearing. Vyalam vipita varavasa sivartamana. And then think about the girdle he is wearing. Kanchi kalapa pariram vinitamba bimbam. So this is the way beautifully, this is the description about from the thighs up to the hips of the Lord. So very nicely we can understand this. And now today being a very auspicious day of the appearance of one of the Alvars in the south. Alvar means one who is immersed in bhakti. He is called Periyalvar. He is you might have all heard about Andal. You know, many of you might be aware of Andal or Goda, who was born in Srivilliputtur. So she is a great devotee of the Lord, and she has sung the Tirupavai when she was just 4 or 5 years old. So he is the father. Periyalvar is the father of Andal. See, the father gets the name from the name of the daughter. Huh? So, and Periyalvar is the father of Andal. Today is his birth. And this Periyalvar, so much attached to Lord Sri Krishna as a baby, the childhood pastimes. That is why he's called so much attached. And you can see that many of the prabandhams which he have written, or the 4 verses which he has written, are focusing on the childhood pastimes of the Lord. And he describes each and everything, and he is almost in the same mood, Vatsalya Baba, same like Yashoda Mata. How Yashoda Mata takes care, how she brushes the teeth, everything is there. How she brushes the teeth of Krishna, how she gives a nice bath to Krishna, everything, how she calls Krishna to come and take the bath, and what are all in every different stages, what are all the different the things the children play, in 3 months they play something, 4 months the children play something, 6 months, then there is a time when they start for clapping their hands, everything is and there is a time when they move forward and backward like this, so they keep on moving their body like this. So like so many beautiful pastimes, we all know when the children grow up, we have seen. So same thing Krishna does. Whatever we do, actually whatever Krishna has done, we also do. So all these are very beautifully described in the prabandhams, or the poetry which has been given by Periyalvar. So he is very fond of Krishna as a child. So now we have seen the Narayana form. Now we will see the same description about the Janu we saw in 3:28-23, the knees and the thighs of the Lord in the form of Lord Sri Krishna as a young boy. So Mataji, now we will go to that picture, the Ratnastale. Yes, see. Now here also we will see the description of the knees of the Lord, but this as a small child Sri Krishna. So in order to remember Periyalvar today, we will take this verse. This is from Krishna Karanamrita. So this is very beautiful verses written about Lord Sri Krishna's various activities. See this verse, which is very nice. Mataji, can you follow me? Chitra Mataji can follow. Ratna sthale janu chara kumaraha.
स्थले जानुचर कुमारः
सङ्क्रान्तमात्मीयमुखारविन्दम्
सङ्क्रान्तमात्मीयमुखारविन्दम्
आदातु कामस्तदलाभखेदात्
आदातु कामस्तदलाभखेदात्
विलोक्य धात्री वदनं रुरोद.
विलोक्य धात्री वदनं रुरोद.
It is a very beautiful pastime which we can remember, whenever we remember the knees of the Lord, this we can very nicely remember. Or whenever you see any small children who are crawling with their knees, you can remember this verse. Ratnasthale. Ratnasthale means, sthala means the floor, Ratnasthale is a polished, beautiful polished floor, because in those days they had very opulent houses. They had the stores which are made, the floors which are made with, shining bright jewels like Ratna. So Ratnasthale, in that polished floor, Krishna is trying to crawl. Now, this is the stage when he's trying to crawl. Then Janu Charaha. Janu Charaha means, Janu, as we all know, represents the knees. We also saw Janu Vasam to remember this word, Janu. So Janu Charaha. So he is moving with his knees because he is trying to crawl. So this is the stage where Krishna is moving with his knees. Ratnastale Janu Chara Kumaraha Sankrantam Atmiya Mukharavindam. Mukha Aravindam, the lotus feet of Krishna. Because this floor is nicely polished, it is reflecting whatever it is on the floor. It is being reflected on the floor, on that floor, just like a mirror, because it is nicely polished. And now Krishna is crawling, and he can see his own reflection. Beautiful Krishna, which is beautiful lotus face. He is as a baby Krishna, he is able to see on the floor. And then he is thinking there is another boy who is looking very beautiful with his lotus face, and I want to play with him. So he wants to catch hold of the hand of that boy. So that is why he extends his hand to catch that what? Is actually a reflection. But so Adatu Kamaha means he wants to catch hold of the hand of that beautiful boy who is Krishna himself. Adatu Kamaha. Tad Alaba. Alaba means he could not catch because it is only a reflection, how he can come. So it is only an illusion, as we say, perverted reflection, we say. So illusion. So Krishna is the creator of all this Maya, and he is getting bewildered by seeing his own reflection and feeling that illusion. Adatu Kamaha. Tad Alaba Kedat. Kedat means he's become very sorry, Kedat. He becomes very, very disappointed that this boy is not coming and playing with me. So, and then he's feeling like crying. And then he sees mother is standing there, and mother is standing and nicely she's smiling. You are trying to just call you alone. You call you yourself as your reflection to come and play with you. Like that, Yashoda Mata is standing there and she is laughing. And then Vilokya Datri, Krishna is looking at her, at Yashoda Mata's face, Vadanam, and then Krishna starts crying. Oh, this boy is not coming and play with me, mother, like that. No? So this is a very beautiful description to whenever we remember the Janu or the knees of the Lord, or whenever we see a small child crawling, we can remember this. Ratna sthale Janu chara kumaraha Sankrantamatmiya mukhara vindam Adadu kamas tadala bhakedad Vilokya dhatri vadanam ruroda. And another, next we will see, just because we want to connect it with Krishna today, Narayana's description we saw, we will see now Krishna girdle. Now we saw up from the thighs up to the hips, we saw where he is wearing a beautiful Kanchi Kalapa. No, that is what we have to meditate today. So here we can see Krishna's, you can see the beautiful picture, the nice hip girdle, he is wearing, Krishna is wearing. So here it says, Mataji can follow me, Hastang Grinik Vanita Kankana Kinkinikam.
Hastangrini Kvanita Kankana Kinkinikam.
See, the very verse is giving us the idea of the girdles with beautiful pearls falling, and then the making of the sound when Krishna is moving. No, that is the beauty of Sanskrit. No, the hypnotic effect which Sanskrit language can give. Hastang Grinik Vanita Kankana Kinkinikam.
Hastangri
Nikvanita.
Kvanita Kankana Kinkinikam.
Madhye Nitambam Avalambita Hema Sutram.
Madhye Nitamba Avalambitame Hema Sutram.
Yes, Nitambam. If you remember, even in that verse we saw, 24th verse, when we saw about the thighs are up to the hips, Nitamba Bimbam Visana, that is, I think that is how the verse ended. Nitamba Bimbam. So Nitambam, it is the hips of the Lord, the rounded hips of the Lord, you can see here. Madhye Nitambam Avalambita Hema Sutra. Hema Sutra means his hips are covered by a girdle which is made up of gold. No, Yashoda likes to dress up Krishna very nicely. Every day when he goes before going for grazing the cows, and also as a small child, Yashoda used to very nicely dress up Krishna. And with the Hema Sutra, he is wearing a golden girdle. Hema means gold. Sutra means the rope or the girdle which they wear. Which the children wear in the hip. No, that is Hema Sutra. Mukta Kalapa Mukuli Kritakaka Paksham.
Mukta Kalapa Mukulikrita Kakapaksham.
Kakapaksham means the black hair of Krishna. Okay. And this black hair of Krishna, Yashoda has very nicely tied it up with you can see in the first picture and second picture also, with a pearl string, just hold all the hairs together, and then she has tied it with a nice pearls, she has tied it like that, like a ribbon we put for the children, like the Mukta Kalapa Mukuli Krita Kakapaksham. She has tied up all the hair together with a pearl string. This is what it says. Vanda Mahe Vraja Charam Vasudeva Bhagyam.
Vanda Mahe Vrajacharam Vasudeva Bhagyam.
So we offer our obeisances unto this Lord Shri Krishna, who is Vrajacharam, who is moving around in Vrajabhumi, Vrindavana, Vrajacharam. He is moving around there, and he is Vasudeva Bhagyam. He is a great fortune who has come to Vasudeva and Vasudeva's son. He is a great fortune born to Vasudeva. Hastang Grinik Vanita Kankana Kinkinikam.
हस्ताङ्घ्रिकङ्कणितकङ्कणकिङ्किणीकम्
मध्ये नितम्बमवलम्बित हेमसूत्रम्
मध्ये नितम्बमवलम्बित हेमसूत्रम्
मुक्ताकलापमुकुलीकृतकाकपक्षम्
मुक्ताकलापमुकुलीकृतकाकपक्षम्
वन्दामहे व्रजचरम् वसुदेव भाग्यम्
वन्दामहे व्रजचरम् वसुदेव भाग्यम्.
So today we will just keep on thinking about this, the thighs of the Lord, just like Atasika Pushpam and his hips, which are surrounded by Kanchi, Kalapa and Hema Sutra, beautiful golden girdle which Krishna is wearing. So let us meditate on this beautiful form of the Lord. So now can we move to our Srimad